All right, this is take one. Hi, I'm Bella McClintock, and I'm here with
Justin Fry.
And we are the hosts of this week's episode of Students on Campus, a brand new podcast brought to you by Lavos News.
This week on campus, it is Black Student Success Week. We have seminars on Zoom. We have the Earth Week in villages.
Each day is going to be a new event, and you can check that out on the Lavos Instagram as well as the DASG Instagram. There's going to be more information about each daily event. Some more stuff happening in the villages is some transfer workshops. I know we're going to have UC and CSU representatives come in to speak to students about the ways they can transfer and help them with that process.
We have Club Day. It is in the Sunken Gardens on Thursday, the 27th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. See all the campus clubs and get some free goodies. See the club performances.
I know every time I go to Club Day, the K-pop dance club always does a really cool dance performance, and the music club performed last time. I think they will be performing this time again. One more thing on campus is the Denim Day for Sexual Violence Awareness and Substance Use Prevention. That'll be in the main quad on the 26th at 10 a.m. So that's this Wednesday. All right, so that's our first segment. That's going to be our weekly announcements of events and past week highlights. Next, we're going to go on to our Student Voices Now, which is going to inform students of essential campus events. All right, so this week in the De Anza student government, there were the start of the internal elections, and this is in our process of switching over from our current sitting president, Amy Huang, to our newly elected president, Lydia Huang. And we do have an update on the Arts Quad, especially for those of you who are at the Student Forum. We are starting a shared governance committee for the Measure G bond regarding the Arts Quad. So that's very exciting news.
We have updates on the Affordable Housing Task Force with Eric Reed and Patrick Ahrens. The feasibility study is in. We have yet to see the results of that or the conclusions, but we are well on our way to seeing if we can have affordable housing on the De Anza campus.
All right, and that's a wrap on our Student Voices Now. And just next week, we haven't completed this yet, we're going to have a new segment called Let's Ask Students on Campus, where we're going to have some of our reporters on Lavos answer questions that you guys have. All right, and to close out our episode, we're going to do this every week. We're going to give you guys some information on how to reach out on campus. So there are resources available for students on campus, including the mobile food pantry, housing assistance, health and psychological services, and transportation services. Some of them I would like to highlight is that every student gets a VTA Smart Pass / Clipper card. There are resources on campus for undocumented students, such as HEFOS through VITA. There is the Pride Center on campus, which is new, which has more LGBTQ plus resources at their location, which is right behind the library. There is the Health Center, which is available to all students, which includes psychological counseling and therapy for those of you who need it. There are multiple learning programs on campus, including EPS and MPS, which are the English programs for success and math programs for success, as well as LEAD. And of course, come join us on Lavos. We would love to have you. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Bella. We're now going to be talking to our guest, Autumn.
Hello. Well, thank you guys first for having me here. I'm excited to be here at your first podcast. Well, my name is Autumn Alvarez, and I've been a part of Lavos for 3 quarters now. This is my 3rd quarter. So it's been a fun ride.
And you are the editor-in-chief of Lavos this quarter?
I am.
How does it feel?
It's crazy. It's really crazy. From not even knowing what I wanted to do with my life to kind of coming here to De Anza and figuring it out, and then just kind of working towards my goals, and then I had my advisor ask me, so here I am.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more how you got into journalism.
Sure. That's a really great question. I've been at, I also go to Ohlone in Fremont, another community college, and I was going for science for about 3 years. Felt like a waste of time, and then I realized that I hated science, and I loved writing, and I was like, well, journalism sounds cool. So I found another community college that had a program because Ohlone didn't. And I found Lavos, and here I am.
That's so exciting. How are you planning to use Lavos as a foundation for your future endeavors?
Wow. That's a loaded question right there. That's a really great question. I want to go into either newspaper writing or magazine writing. So having like being able to be publicized here at Laveau's, having the staff connection with people, getting to know different reporters that have the same goal as you in mind. It's really amazing. It's an amazing opportunity to have. And we've had like different mentors from different schools come in and talk to us. That's kind of how I got the idea of going to San Francisco State for continuing my major.
That's super exciting. So will you be transferring out this upcoming fall quarter?
I will. Yes. Very excited.
Nice. Good to hear. So while you're still here, what do you hope to accomplish at the Laveau's newspaper?
I think probably just being able to help other people with their goals. If they're, going into a journalism major, being able to guide them and learn from them as well. I mean, you can learn anything from anyone, and having that mindset is something that's helped me along the way. So just being able to lead a team, learn from the team, and just help other people.
That's great. And then once you're gone, what do you hope for the future of the Laveau's newspaper?
I hope probably just to have more segments. I think like this podcast, being able to adapt Laveau's where it's not just an online thing, not just social media, but it's podcast. It's having that physical paper that we used to have before the pandemic, just changing the different ways that people get our news.
I think that's really important. Although I am excited to get back into print. That is going to be super exciting. What would you like to say to the listeners out there who maybe this is their first time hearing of Laveau's? What would you say to them? Would you, invite them to come join us?
Definitely. I mean, our door is always open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from like 10 to like 4. So like come in, pop in. If you have something to tell us, if there's something going on campus that you're like, hey, this isn't being publicized, like we want to know. We want things to be covered. We want to be the voice for De Anza.
I really like how you phrase that, the voice of De Anza, since we are Laveau's. How should students contact us if they want to become a part of this newspaper?
Great question. You can, literally visit Laveau's. Don't just type in Laveau's on Google, but do like De Anza Laveau's and you can find us. Come to our classroom. That's the best way because we will be here Tuesdays and Thursdays for a while. Yeah,
come join us for our coffee and you can learn about what we do. Anything else you want to say to our listeners for the first episode of our podcast?
We also have snacks in here too.
Justin says we have snacks.
We have a microwave, we have coffee, we have a fridge. So yeah. I guess just come and join us. I mean, this podcast is going to go on for years. I see it. So
nice.
Just keep listening. Keep listening.
All right. Thank you, Autumn.
Thank you for having me.
This week's podcast was produced by Justin Fry and Bella McClintock. It was researched by Bella McClintock and will be edited by Justin Fry.